Chase Young, is that suspension, whatever it is it fair? Is anything fair in this particular deal? And what are they holding on? Are they doing more investigating?
So most of this stuff, when you have an issue like this and there's an alleged NCAA violation about Chase Young taking a loan from a family friend and then paying that back, but you can't do that stuff. So if we want to have a discussion about like what should a college player be allowed to do, we could be here for 10 hours. I think most of society has come around to the idea like the NCAA is nuts, the rules are stupid, the kids are taken advantage of, and some people disagree with that, but like that is a circle the drain kind of argument. Stuff's going to change.
But yeah, because as of now, it's a rule.
It's a rule. So I think the most productive thing to talk about now, because again, they're moving toward a world where kids are going to be allowed to be paid in some way from outside sources. That's coming. That's what this whole thing about likeness and image is about. Right now, you can't do it. That's why he's suspended. If he paid it back, that's much better than like taking money for something and not paying it back. I think they're in the process right now. This was brought to Ohio State's attention very recently. They investigated, they find things, they send it to the NCAA, and then a process begins. What we're waiting for now is the official ruling for the NCAA. There's a lot of speculation. There's sources saying stuff. My guess, and seems like most people's guess, is 2 games, which would mean the second game is against Rutgers, and Ohio State could beat Rutgers with their third team.
Okay, the one thing that people question me about, and I don't know the answer, is in the Young situation, what difference does it make when he met the guy?
Because a lot of it with the NCAA is if you can't do something as a college athlete that a normal student can't do. So if you are getting anything because you're an athlete, that's when the NCAA alarm bells go off. This family friend is someone that he met before his freshman year in college. It's not somebody from 3rd grade. If it was somebody from 3rd grade, you can get a loan from your family friend because anybody could do that. If this person became your friend right when you were about to become a huge college football star, then it's a question of like, well, is it really a long-standing relationship, or is it a relationship based upon the fact that you're a great football player? If it's based on that idea, you have now gotten an edge over the average student because you are great at sports, and that's where the NCAA comes in. I'm not saying it makes sense. Or that's the issue.
Or is this a LeBron James Hummer?
No. Well, and that's what I've said all along with this stuff. There is very little, everything's anonymous sources on this stuff, other than Chase putting out a statement and his lawyer saying it's a family friend, it was a loan. All along I've said, if this is it, then they should be fine, right? 2 games probably is what it's going to be, and they're fine. But whenever you go down this road, you never know if this is it or not. There's nothing that indicates that it's more than this. But until the final ruling comes in, you can't be 100% sure.
Nationally, does this affect his Heisman situation?
Dead. He's not going to win the Heisman. I mean,
top 10?
Oh, yeah, top 10 for sure. But there's 870 media voters, and a lot of them are like old-time guys with old-time ideas about stuff. And if you get a whiff of NCAA things around you, enough of those 870 people are going to knock you off their ballot, especially when a defensive guy, you're not going to win.
Look at these numbers. 15.5 tackles for loss, 5 fumbles forced. And that's not all against Miami of Ohio.
No, I mean, he had a couple of them against Wisconsin.
Right.
And he was saying, I talked with Chase for a while, walking down the steps from the locker room after the Wisconsin game about the Heisman. And he's making the point, listen, I'm not a quarterback, but if I force a fumble and we score off that fumble, I'm helping produce points.
Let's quickly